we just got done watching Toy Story 4.
This was my most anticipated movie of the year for obvious reasons. It's my favorite movie franchise. So, yeah, there's no reason to beat around the bush. This is great. This is a great movie.
This is an A+ movie.
This is
it's a modern day masterpiece.
The definition of an A+ movie. Like, we don't even need to. I don't even want to go into the plot details or anything because I think the trailer is a little bit misleading in some sense. I like the trailers, but the trailers are a little bit misleading.
I had not low expectations. I had medium to, I had high.
I had really high
medium because I wondered where we would split off after the perfect ending of Part 3. Well, you know what? If you thought Part 3 was sad, that's all I'm saying.
I think this movie as a whole is better than Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3, I just rewatched the other day. I've always thought it was the weakest of the 3, and it's still like an A+ movie. They're all A+ to me. But I think this one as a whole, this is the funniest Toy Story movie. It's the funniest movie I've seen this year. It has clearly the best drama I've seen this year. Some of the best action I've seen this year. It's just the best movie I've seen this year. I have a hard time for seeing something being more enjoyable than this movie. It's lean. It's like 100 minutes. Even after it kills you at the end. It has some really fun credit scenes. Like, just the movie, there's so much passion into this movie. There's so much heart. They just put so much into this movie.
You can see Nancy in the background. Nancy, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, see, so she's back in.
Listen, if you walk out of this movie and not like it, you're cynical. You're a cynical person who doesn't want to
enjoy
just because it's a Part 4. They could make a Part 5, and by this point I would trust them, honestly, because they've made 4. This is the best film series of all time. They've made 4 perfect movies to me.
It's consistent.
Very consistent. We have a new cast of characters. They're all great. Our villain, Gabby Gabby, is the best Toy Story villain we've had. Like, straight up. Like, great. Voiced by Christina Hendricks. Ducky and Bunny. Hilarious. You know, you see the gag in the trailer, the plush rush.
Yeah.
That doesn't even cover half of what that gag goes to in the movie. Duke Kaboom.
Like, that is the most consistent gag in the whole
it's great.
movie.
It's great.
Every time it's funnier.
Duke Kaboom as Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom. Great. Like, amazing. And then of course you have Tony Hale as Forky, who I think a lot of people were skeptical about to begin with. He's a great character. It's a very
he's a child.
It's a very
literally
it's also
a child.
very existential. Harkening back to like the first Toy Story, the existential stuff in that movie. The movie just deals with a lot of deep concepts. There at the beginning, if you look deep into it, it covers suicide a little bit at the beginning of the movie. It doesn't come out and say like, oh, this toy wants to kill himself, but he sees himself as trash. This is just.
And let me tell you something. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. The gut punch at 3. We're starting it in 4.
How many times did this movie get you?
What?
How many times did this movie get you? I can count 3. I can count 3 big ones. Because right off the bat,
guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Andy's in this film at the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, you see Andy in the trailer.
And you know what? Like I said, but punch at 3, you're getting it right back in 4.
Like
right back into it.
Here's why this movie sits up so well to the other 3 and has more than shown why it needs to exist. Because 3 was an ending of Andy and the Toy Stories. This is sort of Woody's story. This is largely Woody's story, and you got these extra characters. So if you wanted to see more of these toys and sort of like the epilogue of what happens after 3, this is perfect. But yeah, I can think of 3 times where the movie got me. There at the beginning, it gets me because that's nostalgia at the beginning.
Yeah,
there's a character arc with a certain character towards the end, and I'm like, that was a really good payoff. And then the very end is just like no, stop it.
Here's the only thing I have, not against the movie, it's just against having a 4.
Yeah.
If you watch 4 and you don't like 4, then you can still have the 3 original films and be done with it.
I don't see how you won't have.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying. If you watch 4 and you don't like 4, you don't like where they took the story, you can still have 3 and be done with it.
Yeah.
And 4 feels like one of those movies that you don't have to watch it to still like Toy Story, like the trilogy. But like you said, it is an epilogue to 4 or an epilogue to 3.
It feels like a more complete ending. There's a lot of closure to a lot of these characters, I think.
Yeah.
And it's the ending that you didn't think that that you
you would
needed.
have.
Like you didn't know that you needed this.
There's a lot of closure in this movie.
That's why I like these Toy Story movies. They care because they happen every 9 or 10 years. It's not like every few years. Like you can tell they put so much care into this film. Yeah, I love this movie. Like I said, I told you I had to pee at the 30-minute mark. Didn't get up and go because I didn't want to miss anything. The only problem with this movie, and it's not the movie's fault, is that it's a family movie, and you're gonna have terrible kids in your theater. And you're gonna have terrible kids.
You know what? This was the one movie that we had a horrible theater of people.
Oh, they were terrible.
It did not bother.
I was so engaged in the movie.
Exactly.
There was only like a couple times I was like, okay, you gonna turn that phone off, or you gonna shut that kid up? Because I was just so engrossed in what was happening from the get-go.
Yeah.
It's just a really tight action comedy drama. Like it does everything.
It's a perfect animated movie.
And the animation in this movie.
The animation.
Oh my god!
Let me tell you,
Dude, this stuff was real, man.
Okay, guys, the trailer, the first teaser trailer that came out is the beginning of the film. The rain at the beginning of the film, you thought it was real.
It's raining like the mud with like the RC car inside the mud. Like, oh my god, that looks so good. And then you got the cat that looks so. Everybody looks so good in this movie. This director, Josh Cooley, this is his directorial debut. I think the direction. This is some of the best direction up there with like Into the Spider-Verse. This is some of the best direction I've seen in an animated movie. Yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about this movie. This is a perfect movie.
A+.
This is an A+++++. This is like a. Like I said, this is better than Toy Story 3. This is a top 10 movie of the decade for me. A top 10. It's just, I think it's slightly above Toy Story 3. You know, time will tell, you know. But right now, I feel more confident about this movie from beginning to end than Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3's ending was so strong and powerful with them, like the incinerator and all that stuff. And there's nothing really like that here, but the ending of this is perfect. Yeah, A+ all around.
What are you talking about?
What?
There's no,
like the incinerator scene, how like their lives were on the line.
I don't care.
That's what I meant.
I know that. Okay.
No, I think this movie's more like it's probably sadder than Toy Story 3.
This movie's a gut punch.
Oh yeah, dude.
It is a dick punch.
It is a
head punch.
It is a head punch.
It knocks your teeth out.
I wish I was.
It gives you black eyes, and you sit at the end of the day with a broken nose saying you walked.
I wish I could walk back into the theater and rewatch it again. That's how much I love it.
Let's go. A+. Let's go.
But that's our opinion. Let us know. You had to.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm going back.
You had to have liked this movie. Let us know in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.